I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the Secretary. Because the fact of the matter
I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the Secretary. Came right out of his mouth. That was the moment U.S. Senator Alex Padilla prompted his removal from Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's news conference in Los Angeles yesterday. Likely you've seen it from all kinds of different angles. In fact, video to our monitors offer another angle of what happened. See the camera panning over here. You can see authorities forcing the senator out of that room. And then this angle shows him going right down to the ground, being cuffed. Padilla says he was just trying to ask Noem a question before the Q&A part of that presser. After the scuffle, Padilla spoke to our news teams. Here's what he had to say.
if this is how this administration responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing throughout California and throughout the country.
As for Kristi Noem, she says she gave the senator her phone number afterward and expressed willingness to communicate with him, but didn't feel he should have interrupted her.
His approach, was something that I don't think was appropriate at all. I'll let the law enforcement speak to how this situation was handled, but I will say that it's people need to identify themselves before they start lunging at people that during press conferences.
So we did hear him identify himself. Let's bring in CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez. Camilo, has the senator said why he chose to handle things this way? And is there any response to what she had to say? He says he identified himself. She's asserting he did not. How is that squared?
Good morning, Reed. This is really turning out to be a he said, she said situation, quite literally. The White House and the Department of Homeland Security, Reed, are alleging that the senator did not identify himself, at least initially, and that he allegedly lunged at the secretary when she was holding this press conference here in Los Angeles, about the increased ICE activity here targeting undocumented immigrants, many of which the department says are facing criminal charges or have been convicted of serious crimes. The Secretary of Homeland Security said that she did not recognize the senator here in Los Angeles and that the other officials in the room also did not recognize him and that they saw him or perceived him to be a threat and they acted accordingly. But according to the senator, of course, he did identify himself at some point and that he said he was there to simply ask questions and hold the administration accountable for the increased ICE operations, not just in Los Angeles, but across the entire country. And he also said that the response was disproportionate, to say the least, because he was not only handcuffed, but also thrown to the ground, as you can see in the video. What is objectively clear, Reed, is that this has added to an already intense and tense environment here in Los Angeles, because, as you know, we have seen massive protests over the past week in response to that increased ICE activity, Reed.
Yeah, and we also know that there was another night of curfew there in Los Angeles. What did you see overnight there?
Well, the situation here has actually quieted down to some degree. The crowds of protesters have grown smaller, but there is some expectation, Reed, that they could increase in size over the weekend in coordination with other protests that are planned against ICE activity over the weekend in communities across the country. The National Guard is still here in Los Angeles, guarding federal buildings, protecting federal property, but also assisting ICE operations by protecting the deportation agents who are arresting undocumented immigrants suspected of being in the country illegally. That is still the case because the federal court case around the deployment of the National Guard by President Trump is still active. And as you know, a federal appellate court blocked and paused a lower court injunction that had blocked the president from activating the Guard here. So that is still the status quo. We'll see how the situation unfolds over the weekend.
All right, Camila, we know you will be there covering it all. Thank you so much for that update.